No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world, man. Listen, man, we here with a special guest. You feel me, man? The game god himself, man.
You know,
Goldie, man. How you feeling?
man, I'm feeling amazing. How you feeling?
Yo, listen, like you came probably the flyest guest I've had here in a minute, man. You feel me?
Oh man, appreciate it. You know,
You got the Gucci. Now listen, I'm too embarrassed to even ask like what type of shoes those are. Feel me, right? Feel me, right? Because that's how like broke I am.
oh man, you know, if you can't see the bottom of them right there.
Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
Yo, guess what? Yo, nah, listen. So Sharp gave me. Listen, man. Shout out to Sharp, yo.
Shout out to Sharp.
He gave me my first pair of Louis Vuittons.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yesterday. No, 2 days ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's
man.
what's up. Why you do that? He just your birthday?
No, man. Listen, I came over. Like we had a pretty big stream. I think like we about to do about like 60,000 views right now. You feel me? And on like the live stream and shit now. You feel me?
Okay.
And he said, "Hey, bro, you feel me, man? Yo, but who's Goldie, man? Feel me? And what is the game god?"
Well, listen, I'm gonna tell you like this, right? The game god is something they gave me. You know, I get online. I've been, talking my shit. Can I cuss on here?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Well, after 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just been online, talking my shit, giving that game.
Yeah.
And everybody would just comment under my shit, #game god. So I just adopted it as my moniker. But let's break that down though.
Okay.
Game, God, game, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, uncommon information, God, supreme being. I'm the supreme being of this game in this space. See, you got a lot of people, they give you the game about the women. They give you the game about the streets. They give you the game about I'm coming from a different angle. I'm encompassing everything. I'm giving people game about everything they need to be successful. You know what I'm saying? So ain't nobody spitting it like me. People have different aspects that I got, but ain't nobody coming how I'm coming.
No, facts, man. Now, when we hear game as a civilian, the first thing I hear is ism.
Yeah.
Right? P. So, yeah, like speak on that, man. Like, have you ever dabbled in the game?
No, see, I was never a pimp, and it's a big misconception. Everybody think that I was pimp. No, I wasn't a pimp. I was around the lifestyle because my uncles, they were players. You know what I'm saying? So I got introduced to that lifestyle at around, 16, 17 years old when my uncle came down the street, riding in at the time it was a Hummers, H2s. He had the big 30 in the back, 30-inch rims. He had the two-door Benz. He had the four-door Benz. He had a woman sitting next to him, 3 women in the back.
Yeah.
And it just changed my paradigm and blew my mind. I said, I'm getting turned on to this shit. But I never jumped into the game per se, but I was around the game. I lived a polygamous lifestyle for over a decade out in Vegas. So I had 4, 5, 6 women, every year for about 10 years. And, each year it would be a different set of 5, 6 different women. Most dudes, they'll have 4 or 5 relationships their whole life?
Yeah.
Serious relationships. I done had that times 10. So I got a unique perspective. And a lot of dudes, they be like women. They be like, oh, you hate women? I'm like, no, I love my mom. I love my auntie. I love my grandma. But check this out. I just understand what a woman is. I don't put her on this undeserved pedestal just because she got a wet spot between her legs. You understand what I'm saying? I'm stripping a woman down. When I look at a woman, I'm stripping her down from that makeup, that BBL, the silicone she got, and I'm looking at her for what she is. And when you strip her down like that, who she is becomes very important. How she treats you, how she talks to you. Her number, how attractive she is, like if somebody say she a 10. Her attractive number to me is based on what she does for me, how she treats me. So I'm just, that's how I'm kicking it. That's how I'm coming. I'm trying to get this game of self-love. It's always about the woman. The woman's the prize. Happy wife, happy life. Happy king are not a goddamn thing. You get what I'm saying? I'm trying to put the power back into the man. It's called the great female con, right? Women and society have tricked men into believing that they are more valuable than the man, when if you just look at stats and facts, the man is almost always more valuable. You can always find, real quick,
go ahead.
You can always find a bad woman. You say a bad bitch, right?
Yeah, of course.
You can find that anywhere. You can't find too many Flakkos. You can't find too many Goldies. But the woman would have you believe that she is more valuable than her. But what's valuable is what's rare. You're rare, I'm rare, they're a dime a dozen.
So how do you define a bad woman?
How I define a bad woman is number one, how much she likes me, right? That's the most important thing, because depending on how much she likes you depends on everything else being easier. How much she likes me, how useful she is to me, her utility. She can't just be dead weight and look pretty. How cooperative she is, how much of a pleasing personality she has. And then after that comes looks. because looks fade, looks come and go. How could you put so much weight on something that is transitory, that's destined to go away? A woman's beauty is gonna fade. And once that fades, what's left standing? The character, how she acts, how she treats you, all of these things. So what's bad to me is how you treat me. If you treat me well, you attend to me.
Sure, right? So I guess where like my like pushback comes in, right? So for example, so like guys like you, right? Yeah. Rare, right? Right, you know, I'm top 5%, right? Right, you know, right. But like, you know, but you're, you know, like you're right, you know, you're like, you know, rich and in shape, right? So a guy like that is top 1%, right? So if your definition of bad is a chick who is loyal, who cares about you, who can hold it down, and she looks good as well, and then my question is, like, how come for example, just men in general, how can you say that a man is more of a prize than she is when, bro, like, you are the 1%, right? Like, there's still an entire economy of men out here, right? And the other, like, 90% don't really have millions and ain't really in tip-top shape. So, like, why would the average man be more valuable than the average woman? Why aren't we all just the same?
I hear where you coming from, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because where does a woman derive her value in society?
Oh, I don't know.
From her looks.
Okay.
And I just told you, looks are bound to fade. So if she only has, what makes a woman most valuable is her looks. She only has looks until what, she's about 30 years old, right? But a man's utility and his value in society comes from what? What he's able to do, his competency, which he could have a competency at 70, 80 years old. That's why you see an 80-year-old with a 20-year-old, but you've never seen a 80-year-old woman with a 20-year-old dude. Well, you might, but it don't really go like that. So what I'm saying is, because a woman's value is predicated on her looks, looks are easy to find. Not only are they easy to find, they're easy to buy. And if something is easy to find or easy to buy and easily accessible, it's not valuable by definition. Valuable is something rare. And when you're rare, when you're a man, you could develop habits, you could develop disciplines, you could develop competency, you could develop things that are merited. It makes you more valuable. Let's put it like this. Let's take you, right? You're more valuable than 99% of women, but you probably don't think that. But guess what? The baddest woman could walk in here. You can find 10 of her. Where can they find as many Flakkos doing what you're doing? You worldwide, you well known, you on your way to places. But she will treat you as if she's more valuable than you. And you will believe it and treat her like she's more valuable than you, when in reality, you are more rare than her. And that's all I'm doing. I'm trying to wake up dudes. And I'm not saying have false value. I expect every man to be working on himself. Go to the gym, eat right. You need to be better than a woman for her to follow you. Nobody's going to follow you if you got all the same bad habits, if you're on the same level. You got to be head and shoulders above a woman for her to follow you. So I'm not saying don't work on yourself, but I'm saying a man has the potential to be more valuable than any woman, because a woman's value is predicated on something that's destined to go away.
No, sure. But if most men will never reach that true potential, right? So if most men live average lives, then wouldn't most men, be, I guess, just as valuable, if not less valuable than a regular woman?
I hear where you're coming from, and I can't push back on that. All I can say to that is a man's potential. Yeah. His potential is farther than the woman's. So, okay, she has these looks for a time, but when those looks fade, what does she have? So I guess you're right. They're equal to a point. Yeah. But at any time, if that man decides to get on his shit, decides to work out, decides to get on top of his game, it's over. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to sit up here and say every dude, because, a lot of dudes, they talk about women, they can't catch a woman. That's because she above your league. Yeah, she's above your league, but you could be above her league if you put in that work.
No, true. Now, listen, I seen like a short, man, of like yours, right? Where, bro, and I agree, right? Is like these incels, have been fed like this pipe dream of, I deserve the baddest, right? Bro, like these hoes ain't shit. When bro, like chances are, bro, like you not shit. You feel me? Like you dirt.
Yeah, that's, and I'm heavy on that, because a lot of dudes need that check of reality, and sometimes they watch some of these red pill podcasts and they get to pumping themselves up. It's like, you got to do the work though. We got to look objection. Like, okay, so in some of my like group calls, I ask dudes, they want to have a lot of women and things. I say, well, tell me why you don't feel like you have the women that you should have. Yeah. They say this, they say that, and I say the reason is because you're not who you think you are. Right? Because the man who has that is that, and he attracts that. If you're not attracting a bunch of women, it's because you're not the person that deserves to attract that. Because for the guy who is attracting that, it's easy for him because he is that. Most dudes really don't understand what level they really on, and they do need a reality check. But at the same time, these women do too.
Of course. So what defines a woman's value? Because it can't just be looks.
No, that's what I just said. I mean, what defines a woman's value is, subjective. Depends on who you asking. For some of these dudes, if a woman look good or got a fat ass, oh man, that's she a 10. She got hella value. To me, like I said, one is how much she likes me. How much she desires me is going to be the most important thing for me dealing with a woman. I'm not dealing with no woman who don't love my dirty drawers. If she ain't ready to die, still kill, go to jail for me. If she's not going to treat me like Drake, if she's not going to treat me like she would treat Chris Brown, then I don't want her. That's number one, because once you get that, everything else is easier, right? Number two, she has to be useful, right? Because like I said, looks fade. And even if looks don't fade, how long is this bad woman going to be bad to you once you have her, once you done had sex with her 100 times? That's neither here nor there anymore. What's left? She has to be useful. She has to be competent. She has to have a pleasing personality. She has to be able to control her emotions and manage her emotions so she's not giving me a problem. She has to be willing to bow down to me. That's what makes her valuable to me. How I feel is the most important. So if a woman could make me feel great, man, that's where she get her number. For me, that's valuable to me. You ask these other dudes, looks is the only thing, but they got a bad woman and they going through hell at home. Sure. To me, that's not a valuable woman to me.
Now, would you say that most women are competent in, like, for example, right? Do you feel like most women have more to offer than just looks?
No, I don't.
Why not, man?
I don't feel like most women have more to offer than just looks because they haven't tried to develop other aspects. I'm not saying all women, but a lot of women have spent their entire lives trying to develop their looks, to look good, to put this on. And because of that, they neglected everything else. They put so much time into the external, they never invested into the internal, their mind, their discipline, their habits, working out, just their character, their integrity. They've never had to develop it. They sit around with most dudes say some stupid shit, off the wall shit that everybody looking like, what? A dude's not gonna say nothing. They've never gotten an accurate perspective from men because men trying to them all the time. So they don't even know where they're at. They don't know that they're stupid. They don't know that they shouldn't say that. That's why you meet so many women and you be like, this broad is damn near retarded because nobody has ever checked her in her entire life. Now, I'm not saying all women, but a lot of women, when you meet them, you be like, this can't be real.
Yeah. You see, right? Like, so like what I guess I've noticed, right, is certain environments, right? Like, for example, when, like the clubs in not clubs, but like the scene, let's say in LA, or like Miami, right?
Right.
Like the scenes that I'm a part of because I'm in, I guess, in entertainment. Those women are probably like looks first and nothing else matter. But when you like go to like the majority of
that's real,
right?
That's real.
Like Iowa, and like North Dakota, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, shit, you go to a Walmart in the middle of nowhere around here, you probably find something.
Yeah, right. So like those women, I think like speaks for like the majority, right? Yeah, you could.
How does shit turn on? This shit also don't come on again.
Yeah, you good, man. Right? No, right. So like, so wouldn't you say though that the chicks at the Walmart and the Iowas and the Targets, that they represent the majority of women and not the bad bitches in like Miami?
They do represent the majority of the women, but I'm not going to say that they're valuable just because they're not putting looks first. I'm not going to say that you go to Iowa and every woman that you meet going to be about a man and catering to a man and having value. I'm not going to say that either because a lot of these super regular women out there are acting the same way and they're not even bad physically. You know what I'm saying? You'll find a woman working at Walmart think she better than you right now.
Yeah. Well, here, right? Well, like...
Go ahead.
I think that's based on like who they're like talking to, right? Like, for example, average Dagler bitch from like Walmart can probably like run game on Flakko, right? But she's probably gonna like die and wine and dine Drake, right? So right, so like what do you say, right? That they have like something to offer based on who they're talking to. Meaning like, she probably gonna think like, yeah, you feel me, right? Like, I'm too good for that nigga working, 9 to 5. I'm gonna treat him like shit, which is wrong, right? But if she's talking to you, she's probably is smart. She's inquisitive. she can cook, she can clean.
Nah, it don't work like that. Women try me too. Women. That's what in a woman's nature to try and test their man. They looking for somebody strong. They want to see are you who you say you are, and that's why they always gonna give a little pushback. It's always gonna be a little problem because she got to check again. Let me see if this nigga is still the nigga who he told me he was. Right? So no, bros try me too. I'm just not going for it. Yeah. And let me tell you this: they trying you, and if you wasn't going for it, they would bow down the same way. Because it's all a game. It's all a psychological game. Who can I make believe is more valuable? Yeah. And if you go for her game and make her more valuable, she gonna go for it. But if you stand on your pivot and know who you are and know your value, guess what? She's going to treat you that way. And guess what? If she doesn't, guess what? If you stand on your pivot like that, you're only going to accept the one that does. And guess what? You'll find one. But if you never stand on your value like that, you'll never even give the woman a chance to treat you like that. She might think you valuable, but if you going around treating her like she more valuable than you, guess what? You didn't even get a chance for her to treat you like that. Now she feeling like she, that's why I stop it from the gate. I got to let a woman know we not going to get confused about who got more value here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So purse first, ass last, man.
Purse first, ass last. That's a term, in the game. Yeah. Where it means before we have any sex, I need some money. That's what that means in the game. And I always translate everything to the square world or the regular world. That really just means is I need some investment to know you serious before we move forward. Because if you don't require some investment from a woman, what's easy to get is easy to cast away. Easy come, easy go. She's playing with you because you didn't require nothing. If you had some requirements for a woman to deal with you, guess what? She's only gonna deal with you if she feels you're valuable. Nobody's gonna make an investment in something they don't see value in. And then when she makes that investment into you, she's not so quick to leave because she's already invested. But see, these dudes, they expect a woman and accept a woman to come however she is. Don't matter. Accepting anything and everything as long as she here. We gotta start having requirements as men like women have. You can't just be here. Dudes say, okay, she can be here as long as she's not cheating, as long as she cooks sometimes, she good. No, that ain't enough for me. And I'm trying to tell dudes, have some requirements. You can't just be here and not make things worse. You have to be here and be making things better for sure. Otherwise, you don't need to be here.
And what type of investment should a man I guess require first before f***ing a bitch or just taking it serious?
Just taking it serious. I mean, even taking a woman out to eat. Listen, this is my thing. Okay. You ain't got to go as extreme as this. But if you're going to go on a date with a woman, how many times does a man take a woman on a date and he don't get no pussy, he don't get no action, she don't call him back later? Why? Because she didn't have to make no investment. She got a free meal. Well, now if you told a woman, hey, listen, if you want to go out, you want to go on this date, you want to get to know me, hey, you pay for the meal or you pay for the drinks. Why? Let's see how many women will actually take you up on that. But guess what? It may not be as many, but the ones that do it, are serious about you and it's going somewhere and she's not wasting your time. It's like a down payment.
Nah, listen, I understand that, right? But like, for example, right, if we're trying to court a good woman, right? Again, I'm not talking about the hoes who is there for a meal because they homeless, homosexuals, hungry bitches, right? No, just good women are probably not gonna go for a man who
and that's the problem. See, that's the problem. The rhetoric you're saying right now. A lot of dudes right now feel the same way. They're like, oh, he full of shit. What women is going for that? Plenty. The girl of your dreams is coming in my DMs talking like that. But guess what? It's not just because of who I am. I was getting this before I looked like this, before I had money. When I had a 2-door Mitsubishi with a rusted light I had to hit before it came on. I was 3 deep with three broads in the back. It's because I still talked like this and acted like this that I attracted those women. But you don't even give a woman a chance to treat you like that if you already got the mindset, oh, she ain't going for it. Of course she ain't gonna go for it because you ain't even gonna ask for it because you don't even think she gonna do it for you. Yeah. What if you started asking women? What if you started asking, hey, listen, you want to go out? Hey, you going to pay for it? And just to see what she say, you'll be surprised. Just like a lot of dudes, they be cheating on their women, doing this, doing that. Man, you'd be surprised how many women would be into letting you have another woman if you told her that's what it was. But instead of sneaking around, see, dudes don't even give a woman a chance to do what they want to do. That's what I'm all about, being you and being what you want. And, the woman going to accept it.
No, listen, I definitely understand, for example, right? You have a girlfriend and, and you ask her to pay. But you think that it is appropriate to approach a chick, ask to take her out, and then ask her to pay?
No, of course not, because you approached her. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with taking a woman out to eat.
Of course.
But at least have it be reciprocal. If I take you out this time, the next time we go out, she should pay. Okay. It should be a balanced relationship. I'm not saying, if I'm going to pursue this woman,
of course,
then guess what? I asked her out. That's bad manners for me to ask you out and then tell you to pay. Yeah, that's what women do. I have manners. You get what I'm saying? What I'm saying is this. If there's a woman out there who's on your line and y'all talking, and she says she wants to take it further, she wants to go on a date, then she should pay. That's proper etiquette. You're the one who wants to take this further. I didn't ask you on a date. You want to get to know me more. So shouldn't you make the initiative and pay?
Yeah, right? Listen. And if a chick is pursuing you, then for sure, right? But more times than not, that's not really like what's going on, right? Like dudes are the ones who are going out, you feel me, and I guess making an effort for it, right?
Yeah.
Now, question is this, man. Do you feel like alpha males exist? Or is that like a age-old theory that have, like pretty much like died out now?
I mean, I wouldn't even know what that means, man. It's one of those words like God, man. It's so convoluted and so construed, and so many people say so many different things. I know a real man exists, and I think that's what everybody should be striving for.
Facts.
That alpha male, I mean, I'm not gonna say it because there's a couple people who didn't say it who I got respect for, but anybody who got to tell you that alpha male, man, seem like they projecting and trying to be too strong about some shit.
Mm-hmm. Nah, man. Now, so like, what's your definition then of a real man?
A real man is a man who keeps his word, not only to others, but to himself. If you don't keep your word to yourself, you can't keep your word to others. If somebody don't keep, if somebody say they going to the gym, don't do it. Say they gonna go on a diet, don't do it. Say they gonna start a business and they stop it.
Facts.
If they don't keep a word to themselves, they'll never keep their word to me. So I think number one, to be a real man, which means to be a leader, right? You got to keep your word first to yourself. Then you could keep it to everybody around you. You got to have your own principles, and I'm not saying what those should be, but you have to have something that you live and you die by. You got to be willing to stand on that, regardless if you take a loss, whether it's money, whether it's relationship. That's what make you a real man. Taking care of your business, handling your business, taking care of your family. I feel like that's what make a real man. Having integrity, doing what you say do when you say to do it. You know what I'm saying?
In fact, see, like, I feel like that right there is like a concise, articulate message that nobody can really argue with, right?
Yeah.
Right? And all men should, should be able to provide and protect, right? Now, and you had some controversy, right? I think you said that these chicks want you to provide and protect in all your life and die. You feel me?
Hey, that's what I'm
that's
saying.
Not fair. Why?
Man, that's the great female kind. They call you a real man when everything you do is to serve and for them, and they call you sassy or not a real man when you're doing things for yourself. The society, TV has made a man prideful in his own enslavement. They want you to get up, go to work all day, work 40 hours, come home, take care of the kids, take care of the wife, don't drink, don't smoke, don't cheat, cater to your woman, take care of your family, and then one day you wake up and then you die. You know what I'm saying? That's so-called being a man. And a lot of dudes have adopted that ideology, and I wonder, like, where did that come from? You're supposed to do everything for everyone but yourself and put yourself last. Fuck that. I say put yourself first. How can I be any good to anybody if I'm putting everybody else before me? My cup got to overflow it so I can give well. Yeah. So I got to take care of myself first. I got to put that oxygen mask in the plane on myself before I help everybody else. And that's what a lot of dudes out here is doing. They living quiet lives of desperation because they putting everybody else first, and they hate their life, and then they hate their wife, and they really don't like their situation. And then they end up doing a whole bunch of shit and this, that, and third. And it comes out and a lot of different ways. Yeah. You should take care of yourself first, because when you are who you supposed to be, then you can give from strength.
Listen, cold dude, man. That's good. Cold. I looked at, okay, look. So you in an airplane, right?
Yeah.
It's about to crash, and there's one parachute. It's you and your bitch with you, man.
Yeah.
Are you taking the parachute, or are you handing it to her?
Man, I'm taking a parachute, grabbing my woman, and I'm jumping out with her just
Nah, bro. Right?
Why I can't do that?
Listen. It's the weight capacity can only fit one of y'all, man. And who leaving?
Hey, we both.
Because I'm taking a parachute.
Listen, I just told you, I'm taking a parachute, and I'm telling her to wrap her arms around me. But I ain't gonna leave her high and dry. I ain't even gonna lie to you. If I'm in there with her and it's one parachute, we gonna figure it out, or we gonna die together. You know what I'm saying? Hey, because let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I'm not just accepting any woman. If a woman is sitting next to me, please believe she's doing something for me. Please believe she devoted to me. Please believe any woman that I call my woman is really down for me for real. And if she down for me for real, I gotta be down for her for real. So if this one parachute, we gonna figure it out, baby. That's how I'm feeling.
In fact, now TK Kirkland said that a man should not be dating if he don't have $20,000. No, sorry.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, sorry. He said $25,000 in like his account. Do you agree with that?
I like TK Kirkland, though.
Yeah.
Man, shout out TK. But man, come on. Like, that's not even realistic. Like, what, we supposed to just not have relationships in life?
Yeah.
I understand the concept of what he's saying. Maybe he didn't mean it literally. Maybe after a certain age, maybe. But as far as to just say that a blanket statement, you got to have some parameters. So you saying a 17-year-old, if he ain't got a 23-year-old, 24-year-old, man, to me, it's like.
Say 30.
Okay, 30 years old. You ain't got, it depends. What are your goals in life? Man, let's not act like everybody out here wants to be rich. Everybody don't want to be rich and successful. The majority of people are okay living their job, paycheck to paycheck, retiring at a certain time. So how you gonna put your expectations for your life on everybody else, man? The man should live however you want to live. Now, if you're trying to succeed in life, then yeah, you should be trying to work on your dreams, and the time that you spend in focusing and chasing a woman is gonna derail you from that. But if you just a man out here just living your life like majority of guys is, it don't matter. Most people don't got more than 3K saved up.
No, sure, but I guess, yeah, right? I feel like 20K is probably a bit much, right? But like, I feel like a guy should be in some position to provide and protect, right? When it comes to like if you're 30 and says, yo, I want to date and find a wife now.
Yeah.
And you are going out and courting and taking girls on multiple dates a week and trying to.
Yeah.
How do you do that and you are barely getting by,
Man, shit, I wouldn't know. It's been a while since I had no money. Honestly, I don't know how motherfuckers make it with what they doing right now, and it's a lot more than that. So I can't really speak on that. But what I'm saying is every man should do what he feel like doing. If you're a man and you on a mission and you want more out of life and you want to be able to provide for a family later, then yes, you should focus all your time and energy in trying to get to that bag. But like I said, majority of people, and that's the thing about the internet, like when we talk about bad bitches, we talk about this, we're talking about a very small amount of people that we just see all the time because they on the internet. The majority of people ain't like that. The majority of people ain't chasing millions. They are okay, and he's gonna find a woman who's okay with that because she's working at Walmart. It's his co-worker. He's courting a woman who work at Chipotle, a woman who work at Target. That's who he courting. So why do he need to have all this money?
Of course. Here, right? So now another person who had a similar like philosophy was Kevin Samuels, right?
Yeah.
Now, I think I seen like you were talking to somebody, man, and you like expressed that you love Kevin Samuels.
Yeah, love everything he did.
Like you had some disagreement or at least one disagreement.
Let me tell you, right? And like I said, I love Kevin Samuels and what he did because he was waking a lot of people up and we needed that. But, I'm my own man. So, I have my own thoughts on things. I don't like his ideology, and I'll tell you why. Because it's very dangerous when you say things like, and I'm quoting him, right? I might butcher the quote, but he said this. You pretty much have to buy that woman's respect in so few words. If I pay the bills, if I pay this, if I pay that, she can't say nothing to me. And my thing is this. If you have to pay for your respect, it ain't respect. Okay. If my woman ain't gonna bow down, if my woman ain't gonna treat me right, if she's not gonna talk to me the way I need to be talked to without the money, ain't no way I'm gonna pay her to do it, because that's all you're doing. Okay, of course, that's self-preservation. Anybody you pay for their entire lifestyle gonna do what you say. Why would you want a woman who you buying? I want a woman who fuck with me for me. And then if she fuck with me for me, respect me, do whatever I ask her to do because she likes me for me and the man that I am, then okay, then I'll do things for her. But I'm not out here trying to buy no woman's respect because that ain't really respect. As soon as you ain't got that money no more, she ain't respecting you no more because she only respected the money. It's like dudes who meet a woman and they taking them on trips and they going out to eat and they doing this and they doing that, not ever realizing that woman don't really like you. She likes the lifestyle. And as soon as the lifestyle is gone, she gets to saying, oh, I'm unhappy. She don't even realize that she don't like you. It was the lifestyle that she liked. But you introduced that so fast, you didn't even give her a chance to like you. So now you ruined the situation for her even liking you. And that's all I'm saying is like when it comes to Kevin Samuels, I like everything he's talking about. He's talking about personal development. Get on top of your shit. But I cannot agree with a man talking about you have to be all of this to have a woman in pocket. I had women in pocket when I had nothing. But from his perspective and most of these dudes' perspective, they never had women before they was famous. They never had women before they had money. I had women before I was who I was before I had money. So I understand you could have a woman in pocket while you living with her and it's her. You say, oh, don't move in with a woman. When you the man who you supposed to be dealing with, the woman who you supposed to be dealing with, you could live with a woman who's paying all the bills and still have the utmost respect like it's your house. But just because you can't do it don't mean it's not possible. You're not me. You're not the type of man who demands and commands that respect.
Of course, man. Man, so
I'm just not into paying for my respect. I don't. If a woman don't respect me because I ain't got no money, then what type of woman is that? You get what I'm saying? Because I'm not. I haven't always had money. My character, my manhood, who I am as a person, to me, is more valuable than that. And when you teach your woman to value money like that, it's always a bigger baller and somebody with a bigger bag. So you really saying she's going to the highest bidder. If all she respect you for is money, then why is she not gonna go to the next dude who got more money?
Yeah, man, sure thing, man. Now, a big part of Kevin Samuels, I guess, philosophy was this high value man and the criteria to be one, right?
Yeah.
And he, I think, even said that if you're like, an athlete or a rapper, you don't qualify as a high value man, right? Because it's more than just money, right? It's like the corporate, it's like right? So what's your definition of a high value man?
Man, like I said it earlier, a high value man is a man who holds his word first to himself than the others, who has integrity, who has principles, whatever those principles are, but stand on those principles. Whether or not he loses out on money, on a relationship, on business, on friends, he's going to stand on what he believes, and he's going to be able to stand alone. He takes care of his family. He takes care of his kids. That's what I feel like a high value man is, somebody with integrity. And, he's saying that you have to have these other things, but to whose standards, though? Okay. Whose standards? See, you teach your woman what to value by what you put in her face. If you putting this money in her face and saying money is king, guess what? You're training her for the man who got more money than you. But if you putting in her face, man, this money is nothing to me. This money is so little, it's insignificant. I don't talk about money with my woman at all unless we talking about what we chasing. That means nothing. I teach her character, morals, integrity, growth, having intellect. Growing as a person. That's what we value in this household. And when she values that and you teach her to value that, then she values you. And the next man with more money than you doesn't have the same access because she values these things and he doesn't have those. So now it's just another goofy with money. You get what I'm saying? But when you throw this money in a woman's face, guess what? Now, anybody with money, she's free grabs because she's loyal to the money. She's not loyal to you. She's not loyal to nothing else. And there's always going to be somebody with more money than you.
Man, so if a guy, so let's just say, and he makes $40,000 a year, but he's a solid dude, a religious man. He's a good man. He keeps his word. Does he still qualify in your book as a high value man?
Well, see, I would say this also, but it's not for me to define what value is for the next man. Fact. He got to define that value for himself and the woman that values that in him, because there's some people who are religious, so they value that highly in a man who's religious. It's another woman who's not religious. She doesn't see value in that. We can't make a blanket statement about what value is. Value is something different to everybody. What's valuable to me was valuable to, and guess what? There's something for everybody. What some woman feels valuable, another woman won't. Some people like big women. That's valuable to them. Some dudes like a woman who ain't got nothing done. That's valuable to them. So I feel like people should start thinking for themselves and defining what manhood, what principles, what value is to them. Everybody wants the same thing because what social media has told them to want. Why don't you sit down with yourself and figure out what it is you actually like? That's what I'm saying.
So what's your definition of success? Right? Because we've seen a very controversial clip, I think, right, like recently where Wes and I think it was like an Andrew Wilson.
Oh yeah, I was there. Right? I was there.
And the big discussion was, what's your value of success? Wes had one.
Wes Watson. Shout out Wes Watson.
Yeah, man. Feel me? And then there was a big head-to-head, man.
Yeah.
So from your perspective, man, feel me? What's your definition of success?
Success to me, ultimately, is freedom. When you can have freedom and extend that freedom to your family because of what you done did, but also success is being disciplined. Right? Being in control, having clarity of mind, being able to handle your business, and you got to have some wealth, because without wealth in this world, man, what do you really have? What can you really do? You really can't help nobody. I mean, people could talk about what they want to do, but the people in the world who have helped the most are the people with the most money, because they can have effect and enact the most change. So I feel like you got to have wealth. Wealth is a part of it. But like I said, having discipline, because you can't buy that. Without that, everything falls apart. Having clarity, having freedom, being able to take care of your family, that's success to me.
Yeah. Now, here, right? So I guess, like, for example, right, like, I kind of heard Wes and Andrew saying the same thing.
That's what I'm saying. They were saying the same thing.
But, like, I guess it just got lost in, right?
Yeah.
Right? Here, right? So I guess the only part where I guess Andrew, like, disagreed, right, was when, so Wes was like, listen, even if you're in a Rolls Royce and you take care of of your family and everything. If you don't have the discipline and you are a fat fuck, you're not successful to me.
Yeah, straight up.
Andrew was saying, hey, listen, if I'm a hardworking man who feeds my family and takes care of them, right? And I have love in my life, I feel like I'm successful.
Yeah.
So which one of those, I guess, philosophy do you fit in?
Well, I mean, I like you said, they were saying the same thing. They were just talking about different aspects of it. Of course, you want to, but like I said again, it goes back to what do you value? Mm-hmm. Some people value other things more than others. He values family the most. Mm-hmm. Well, Wes values family the most. But he was up there talking about being in shape. He values that. I mean, you can't say a man shouldn't value being in shape. But at the end of the day, hey, man, if you don't value being in shape, that's cool. That's your value. Whatever your values is, whatever. They asked what is success to you. That's what he said success was to him, even though I don't feel like he was being, that wasn't really genuine. Because if he could snap his fingers and be in shape, would he not do it? I guarantee you. If he could snap his fingers and have some money, would he say, no, I don't want it? Yeah. So therefore, he wants those things. He just doesn't want to put the work in to get it. Yeah. So he wouldn't come on here and say if he could snap his fingers and have them, he wouldn't have them. So therefore, he wants them. He just don't want to put the work in. So it's maybe a coping mechanism for him to say, oh, the love of the family. Wes didn't negate love in the family. He's just saying, I want it in all aspects. I want it in all areas. And that's what I feel like is success. Man, when you can have it in all areas, you can look good. You got the family, you got the money. And why can't you have it all? You can if you're willing to put the work in for it. But to just try to downplay the money because you don't really got it and say lean on his family. Family is important, but family ain't everything. Yeah. Family is not everything. Life is a multitude of things. So get a little bit of everything. And I'm not saying anyone is right. I'm feeling like having everything is success, is true success.
Man, I feel like Wes has a great message, man. But
oh man, great message.
If the approach sometime, like for example, right, during Andrews and Wes back and forth, I think Andrew mentioned something about prison, and Wes says, "I'll beat your ass," right?
Oh, yeah,
right. He has a great message in terms of work hard, be disciplined. But sometimes, man, it's just that approach, man. Feel me?
I say this to that, right? Most people in life, and I do coaching, right? The biggest losers that I see are the ones who care how something sounds, not the information. My thing is this. A smart individual doesn't care what it sounds like and how it makes me feel. Is it good information or is it bad information?
That's okay.
So if you can get past with the how he said it, is what he's saying, does it make sense? Can it help your life? Grab the gym if it does, and if it doesn't, deny it. That's all I'm saying. Now, of course, you catch more bees with honey, whatever the saying is, but I mean, his shtick, it works for him.
Man. Man, and he has a great deal of love for you, man. So how did y'all even meet?
Man, I got on one of his programs back in the day, and from there, I went down to his house, man, and really when I was making when I was making my transition in life, he was one of the people that I saw as somebody who, he done been in the streets, he went to prison, he came out, and I'm thinking, man, my situation wasn't that bad. So if you had to go to prison for 10 years and you could get out and do all this, man, that's a blueprint I want to follow. And what I really liked about his message was really just, cutting the vices. Focusing on the process, being okay with it's going to take some time, but just stay down on it. And, getting on his program and dealing with him and following some of the blueprints has put me in a position. And now I turn around and I teach that with my flavor on top of the things that I've learned from different people. And I do the same thing now.
Wait, so what do you do? You coach?
Yeah, I'm a lifestyle coach.
What do you teach?
So I have a multitude of programs, but pretty much it's like the Ultimate Man program. We don't just touch on one aspect. We touch on a bunch of different aspects. A lot of people, they want the money, right? They come in, they want the money. They come in, they want the game. What I'm saying is, man, we're not trying to spray perfume on shit. Let's get down to the base. Because it doesn't matter if I give you the best play if you ain't Tom Brady. It ain't about the play that Tom Brady's running. It's about that he's Tom Brady. And that's what it is in life. It ain't about the business plan that I give you. It ain't about the game that I put in your mouth. Yeah, you got to talk the talk, but you got to walk the walk first. Let's make you a man, disciplined, with the right habits, who works out daily, who has mental toughness, who has the right self-talk, right? Who is consistent, who can do the hard things even when he doesn't want to. Then when you have those characteristics, now any business plan that you touch is going to be successful. But without those characteristics, it don't matter what plan I give you, it's not going to work. You don't have the habits, the discipline, the consistency to follow that shit through. And that's why I try to tell everybody, you want all this game, let's get you right as an individual first. It sound right coming out of my mouth. It ain't gonna sound right coming out of your mouth. Once you become right, then when it come out your mouth, you walking the walk and talking the talk. So that's what I do. We start you know, we start with fitness, you know, because fitness is the foundation of everything, because it translates to everything. It makes you feel good. It puts you in a higher vibrational state, which is everything. It gives you that clarity. When you discipline what you put in your mouth every day, with the macros that I give somebody, that is one of the hardest things, because food is one of the biggest drugs on earth. People don't realize it. So when you can discipline what you're putting in your mouth every day, you have conquered one of the biggest, most addicting drugs on the planet. Once you have done that, now since you can control inward things, now you can begin to control outward things and outward life. Motherfuckers think they finna start this big old multi-million-dollar, I'ma be a millionaire. Motherfucker, you can't go to the gym for 30 days straight. You think you're gonna be able to start and manage a business with hella moving parts, and you can't even do these simple ass tasks. You can't even put that Twinkie down. It's not gonna happen. So what I say is, come to me. Let's get your habits right. Let's cut the vices. Everybody want to do this, that, and the third. No. You don't start there. You start with a removal process. Let's stop taking back steps first. Let's just cut out all the wrong shit, and you'll naturally elevate. Now when you're at baseline, then we can start adding the building blocks. But people want to do this shit backwards.
You see, right? So I do believe that you can change a nigga habits, but I don't think that you can change his mentality, meaning this, right? Like, you can teach a lazy motherfucker to get up and go to the gym and work out. Yeah. But he's still a lazy motherfucker in his mind, right? Or, like, for example, right? Like, you can teach a coward in how to fight, but he's still a coward, right? You feel me, right?
Nah, I don't believe so.
In mine.
I don't believe so. Because if you're teaching a coward, well, define what you think a coward is. Somebody scary, right?
Yes.
Okay, so listen, so if you're scary and you're a coward, and I teach you to fight, and I put you in a couple fights, every single day you're combating that, you're going up against your deficiency. And in turn, you will build that into turn it around. So if you end up fighting more times, that cowardice in you is gonna get less and less and less. So I feel like you can't change. If you're a lazy motherfucker, there's plenty of people who lost 200 pounds and kept it off the rest of their life. Their habits change. Okay, yeah, you may be lazy today, but if you go to the gym for 60, 90 days, that's a new habit. You're rewiring your neurons in your brain. You're rewiring yourself. And after those 90 days, it becomes a habit, and you're just going to keep doing it. Now you're a new person. See, you can't get locked into that. And it's a lot of literature on this about, brain plasticity. So you over here spewing blasphemy right now. No, it's not true. Anybody could change. Listen, I like to tell everybody, it's never too late to be everything that you could have been. I don't care if you've been an ain't shit your whole life. Today you can change, and I see it all the time. You just have to cut the vices and start building the proper habits. And in due time, those habits take hold, and then you're gonna be that new person. Yeah, it's gonna be hard, but you can do it. Don't be telling these people you can't teach old dog new tricks, man. I like to give people hope.
Yeah, man. Yo, listen, man. So there's the Red Pill movement started off great, right? In 2020, and then after a couple years of just niggas wilding out, you feel me? It's now being banned, being banned, being deplatformed. Even fans are now turning against the Red Pill movement.
Yeah.
So, what's your take, man? Where do you feel like the Red Pill movement went wrong?
Man, I'll be honest with you, man. I just jumped on the internet not even really a year ago. Before that, I wasn't really, paid into. But I know the big players in the space. Yeah,
Andrew Tate, Fresh and Fit, Marino.
I mean, I think it's because it went from trying to empower men to bashing women. And when it gets to a point where you just bashing women over and over again, I mean, it sends the wrong message, because a lot of people are watching these things who don't even go outside. And so they're starting to believe that every woman is like this. So it's sending the wrong message to people who haven't even had enough experience with women to even feel that way about women. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So I feel like, if they just pull back on the bashing women, and putting it in their face all the time, just bashing women, and start bringing it back to the man and understanding that, guess what? It's always going to be these type of women. It always has been. And guess what? It's a certain type of man for those women. But when you're a certain type of man, you get a certain type of activity from a woman. Listen, I could have a woman that the next man had. She was disrespectful, out of pocket all the time. She get with me, he try to tell me everything that she used to do. I say, that's not even the same girl. Why? Because I'm the different man in the situation. When a man is in his rightful position, a woman will naturally be in her rightful position. And a lot of times what they're not saying on these podcasts is these women are treating dudes with lack of respect who don't deserve respect. If you look at these dudes and their day-to-day habits and the things that they doing, sneaking around like a little broad, lying, cheating, not holding their word, not doing what they say they gonna do. They got drug habits. They, damn near junkies. You know what I'm saying? She talk to you like you ain't shit because you ain't shit, but you want her to treat you better than you treat yourself. You get what I'm saying?
Sure.
I feel like we should take it more. It's not about the women. Women only act the way dudes accept. If we make it about the man, let's get ourselves right. Let's be a high value, whatever that means to you, individual, top tier in every way, beating her in every category. I guarantee you when a woman step to you, she gonna come correct. And that's gonna be the only woman who stepped to you.
So, okay, so like you just like spoke on like you can change a woman or like she acts different with you, right? So can you turn a hoe to a housewife?
Can you turn a hoe to a housewife? I believe so. Man, listen, let me tell you this.
Before you, she was getting trains ran on her. Like I'm talking about the biggest slur.
Let me tell you why you could turn a hoe into a housewife. Yeah. Because most hoes and prostitutes, where do you think they are right now? They ain't hoeing at 40, 50 years old. They're married. You know, most of these strippers right now, when they get married, they're not even gonna tell their husband that they were ever a stripper. Most prostitutes and hoes that I know, they're married right now, and their dude has no idea about their past.
And that's so evil, man.
No, but I'm just saying, look, really think about it. Yeah. All the hoes, everybody who done dabbled this, that, and the third, they're married right now. Yeah. And all of these dudes are dealing with somebody who used to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, you can. I mean, I guess the term, of course. No, if a woman is a slut, you know what I'm saying? Why would you even want to try to turn her into something? Of course. But factually and actually, man, it happens all the time.
Man, yo, so here. So how did you even like get into like polygamy, and why would you even want to deal with two women?
Man, let me tell you, man, it was more than two women. I'm gonna tell you, like I told you,
how many?
I was about 16, 17. You know, my father died, right? And so you know, I'm out here, I'm looking, you know, where to be a man from. My uncle come move up the street. He break my paradigm of, you know, regular life, regular relationships. You know, I got a girlfriend, I'm cheating on her. I just think that's what you're supposed to do. When he showed me, man, he got all of these women. He living good. They bowing down. They all looking happy from the outside. It broke my paradigm, and I was just so infatuated. I was still a young man looking for things in life, looking for what I wanted to do, and that attracted me. And from there, you know, I jumped head in, got around him, got around his people, got around the lifestyle, and I started, you know, got my first girl, my second girl, my third girl, and eventually moved to Vegas, and that was just what I did for a long period of time. And at first, it was glamorous to me. Now, when I think back on it now, what I liked about that lifestyle was the manhood about it. It was, man, we don't lie. We do what we want, when we want. We unapologetic about it. These women know what we doing. She could either bow down or she could leave. It's by choice, not by force. And I would just love that real man energy that I never saw before, that I didn't have to hide who I was. I could be flamboyant with my dressing. I could do whatever I wanted. I know that most people didn't like my lifestyle and was giving me dirty looks, but I didn't give a fuck anyway. It was something attractive to me about that.
Wait, so you had what, like 3 at once or 4? Or like, what's the most you ever had at once in terms of like actual, like we are all like in this together?
I would say 6. I've had 6. More than that, but you know, sometimes you don't really count them if they ain't stayed down long enough. But on like consistently 4.
Wait though, so you all live in the same house?
Okay, so this is how my program went. When I first started, it was all in the same house, you know, and then after a time, you know, I get in a little bit more game. I understood the flaws of that, you know, the dangers of that, and I started moving. So I had a house in a gated community, then I had a house in a high rise, and you know, they would have one here, maybe 2 girls here, 2 girls here. I had my spot, 1 girl at the house, so it would be like that.
Yo, all right, man. So I feel like my biggest question about that, right? Yeah. Especially with 6 women in a house, man, is how do you have time to fuck like all 6 chicks in a week? Because, bro, listen, bro, I can't even imagine having to have sex like more than like twice a week.
Yeah, well, it wasn't about sex. See, that's
insane.
That's the misconception, and that's why a lot of guys want to do it, because they think, oh, this is just going to be a big old freak off. I actually didn't have sex with all of my women at the same time, ever. It was always just personable. And, you know, I banned them, you know, from having sex with each other, because, you know, once you start having sex with each other, then, you know,
feelings get involved like that,
Yeah, so because it wasn't about sex. They wasn't with me for sex. Listen, it's one of those things. When you think about a woman, man, she can go and have sex with any man anytime. You know, even the ugliest woman can walk outside and have sex anytime she wants. When a woman get with a man like that who got other women, it's more than sex involved. Otherwise, they wouldn't be there. They could go get sex whenever they wanted. It was the man that I was. It was the things that I was teaching them. It was the direction we was heading in life. You know, the same thing that I do now as far as building people up is what I did then. I've always been a person, you know, on mindset. You know, I've just refined my craft. But even then, you know, I had my women in the gym. I had them reading books. You know, I had them listening to Brian Tracy. I had them listening to Bob Proctor. I was building these women up, building their brains, building their minds, and we were building ourselves, because, you know, you could do more with a lot than with a little. Just think about it. If you have one woman, she bringing in whatever she bringing in. Now, think about, you got 5, 6 women. What are the resources now when all of these people are bringing in income? And now you have that resource to pull to do things. Now we can invest together. Now we can invest in this high rise. Now we can invest in this this fourplex. You know, it was really about the resources coming together, because it take a long time to build up when it's just you and your wife, right? How long does it take to get some rental properties then? You know, one good year of us trapping together, man, we over here, we investing in this. We getting her credit fixed. Now she's getting funded. She's getting funded. Now
they working too?
Huh?
So wait. So the girls have jobs too?
Yes, they have. They all had jobs.
Wait, how do you convince 6 women to come together and still work a job, but they are all like with one man?
I don't gotta convince them. They gotta convince me to even accept them to come.
Oh damn, okay.
Because they see what I'm doing. Okay. They want to be part of next to me. They see whatever women I have. They see what they doing. They see the position that they in. So it's like, well, I've been doing this on my own. Well, let me get with him, because it seemed like the people that's next to him is in position. They riding clean, they living good. They look, oh, she's opening up a business. She told me her credit score. Or let me give, and he's a nice looking dude. And they have fun. And they going out to every comedy show, every concert. They going on vacations. Why would I not want to get down with that? You know, and I get a man.
Wait, and are they considered your girlfriends or wives?
My girlfriends. I don't like the term girlfriend or boyfriend. They not girls and I'm not a boy. Those were my women.
Bet.
And I'm their man. Y'all was their man.
Yeah, man. Bet. Wait, so now like you are out that lifestyle, or you still got it going on?
I don't do it heavy like that, because it take a whole lot to focus. And when I transitioned from that to these different business ventures, you know, they didn't want to let go of some of the ideologies that, you know, I had came up with. But, you know, I'm the type of person, you know, I'm growing. I'm always growing. What I believe today, I may not believe tomorrow. And when I'm trying to transition and do something new, they weren't so accepting of it. You get what I'm saying? You know, it was this way, and this is what you train us to be like. Now you want to do something different. And, you know, a couple of them came along for the ride, but a lot of them, they just couldn't get with it.
Yo, see, Russell, look, right? Now, listen, some may say, you go to, use a cold dude, man, right? Right? So when y'all all like had to like work and put together resources and build, you was down to like have them around. Like now you worth millions. You say, "Hey, bitch, I don't need you no more, babe." For me,
no, everybody had the opportunity to transition with me.
Okay, got you.
And there's not, I ain't gonna say not one, but almost every woman that I've ever had, if I called them up right now, they would say, "Oh, I'm still running off your program. I'm still running off the things that you taught me. Oh, I wish you was around because of the discipline that you instilled in me. I'm still reading books. I'm still doing this." So it's not no bad blood between almost any woman. And if there's a woman out there, man, come forward and, you know, forever hold your peace. But I don't feel like it's a woman out there that could ever say that I wasn't the dude that I said I was, that I left them high and dry, that I did them wrong. No, I'm all about elevation. I was with it with them. And that's why I was so successful, because women saw that I wasn't selfish. I put the women before me, you know, because I wanted them to be right, because I understood they was my campaign. A lot of dudes put themselves first. Now you put your woman first, because everybody looking at your woman. When she campaigning, she's your billboard for you. So I would put them in position. I would have them riding clean before I was riding clean. But once they was all in position, then I took care of myself. And they were glad to go hard for me, because they seen, damn, he put me first. He got my body done before he got his teeth done. You know, he got me the Chanel. He got me this before he got me the Benz when he was still riding the old Jag. You know, and so by doing that and showing that, you know, they turned around and went extra hard for me when it was my time.
Man, listen, bro, like I'm excited, man, for, you know, life, for your journey, man, because it feels like you have like a different message, right? It's one that holds men accountable, opposed to bashing women.
Man, it's all about me, man. The woman gonna do what you allow her to do. She's gonna respect you if you're a respectable man, you know. And that's what I'm saying to you too. When you say things like, you know, that might work for you, that won't work for me, man, I'm trying to get dudes out of that thinking. Yeah. It's only like that because you think like that. Facts. You know, it's 3 billion women in this world. You don't feel like it, and you don't need them all. Yeah. You don't think there's a handful out there that's going to love your dirty draws just for who you are right now?
No, facts.
So that's what I'm saying, man. Go find her. It ain't about who you like. It's about who likes you. I'm going to tell you a quick story, man. When I was 16, 17 years old, I was at this club with my uncle. He used to get me into these older clubs. And I'm looking at this bad, fine, red bone, just my type, thick, all the right places, blonde hair, all that, right? You know, I'm looking at her and I'm trying to get to her. He stopped me, he grabbed me on my shoulder. He said, man, stop looking at that woman you want and start looking at that funny looking broad in the corner that's looking at you. Because that woman over there gonna do everything you want. She gonna clean, she gonna cook, she gonna do everything you want. And that woman right there, she gonna give you hell. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I've been running the rest of my life. And it's a great philosophy. Now, I'm not saying, you know, you got to mess with an ugly woman. What I am saying is deal with the people who like you for you. then you ain't got to change. If you start chasing her, the situation will always be like that. You can't switch it around from chasing a woman to now you want her to, no, you're going to be chasing the whole relationship. And if you start out chasing, you know it's the wrong thing because a man's supposed to be a leader. How you going to lead when you showed the woman off the dribble that you was chasing and following her, but now you want her to turn around and follow you? Don't make sense.
Here, bro, listen, right? Now listen, like, bro, like listen. So I seen one video, right, where you was like, bro, yo, and it takes $30K to build a bad bitch, right?
Man, let me speak on that, man.
No, you're right though, right? Here's why, right? So I had a girl, right? Yeah. The last 5 years or so. For the first 3.5 years, we were, in school, right? I was broke, right? Around 2022, my YouTube took off. You feel me?
Yeah.
And more income started coming in. So, my guy Rockstar, right? Seeing he seen our Cash App, right? Like transactions, right?
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
And he said, yo, like you gave this chick $90,000 in 6 months, probably over $100,000 in the last like year and a half, right?
Yeah, brother, you tripping.
And he said, well, right? And right now turns out. Now, again, but at that time, no, I'm just taking care of a chick who held it down when I didn't have shit, right?
Wait. When you say held it down, what did she do?
Well, she was just there.
I say that shit all the time.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't get no points just because you was there. Was you actively helping me? Just because you was sitting next to me when I was grinding, you don't get no points for that. A lot of dudes, I was there for 10 years. You didn't help me build nothing, though. Just because you was next to me when I didn't have nothing don't mean you helped me get it. Don't mean she deserves something when you got it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, man. No, right? And then, turns out, though, you feel me? The bitch wasn't shit. You feel me? But if I would have taken your philosophy of
that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to save dudes, right? Because guess what? And when people really get into my message and they get into my courses and they go to my website, GoldieRatio.com, and they understand Young Goldie _ on Instagram, right? They'll understand my message is coming from a place of really self-love. I'm trying to teach men to have self-love, right? It sounds funny, it sounds corny, but women have it. People talk about it. Man, it's the lack of self-love that you have for yourself that would allow you to put out and almost buy a woman, right? Yeah. But when you have self-love, you're okay with being by yourself. When you're okay with being by yourself, you will never allow somebody to be around you who treats you less than you feel like you deserve, whether it's a friend, whether it's a significant other, whether it's a family member. When you really have self-love, people got to treat you to a certain standard. And you will never devalue yourself by paying for relationships, by paying for a woman, by paying for friends when you have self-love. And that self-love comes from self-worth, by the work that you put in every day, by going to the gym, by eating like you're supposed to, by handling your business, by doing the things that make you feel proud in yourself and give you that self-love. And that's all I'm trying to teach. Work on yourself, build that self-love. Once you have that self-love, you'll only attract those out there who really love you because you're going to deny anything else because you love yourself so much. I don't need from you. My cup overfloweth now. When your cup don't overflow, you're going to accept anyone and everyone, even if they're not good for you. But when your cup overflows, you only bringing somebody in who treating you right, who treating you the way you treat yourself. But if you treat yourself like shit and you have a low estimation of your own worth, then everybody who comes in could have that same low estimation.
So you say that I was simping by taking care of a girl. Now, again, though, she, for example, right? Like, she ain't do nothing for me, but again, this is fresh out of college. I'm making like $15 an hour, and she was, and she was still there and care about the money, right? So, if having a girl like that who stayed down when we have shit, now people say that I'm a simp for giving her that much money in this time frame. So, is that true, or are they tripping?
I would say you was just ill-advised. You was young, you ain't been through it. I mean, everything that TV and society promotes is what you did. So you did what the average man would do, but now I feel like you've learned your lesson about doing that. I mean, we can call it what we want. We call it a mistake, but you're going to be making way more millions in the future. So better to get it out the way with that little bit of money, learn your lesson so it ain't going to be millions, because there's dudes out here getting licked the same way for multiple millions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Like, what's crazy, right? Like, it's like, for example, right? Is that taught me, women, some women, like the bad ones, are the most deceitful, cunning, like, bro, Bro, she played it well, man.
Hey, let me tell you something, man, because I come from a lifestyle. Like I said, I wasn't in the game, but I was around the game. You know, I had some women would dance and things like that, so I understand it. Man, I know women right now that I'd be like, man, I feel bad for anybody that they with, because these women are cold. They'll play a role for 2-3 years. They would literally sit there. Oh, and you'll see on their Instagram, they putting out pictures, they kissing this man. All the while, I know them personally. They hate this man guts, and they just waiting for their right opportunity. They milking this man out all he get. If that man would go to jail today, I promise you she's snitching. If he go to jail today, I promise you she gone. I promise you, you know. So what people don't understand is, that's what I say, man, don't teach your kids about life. There's people out here who the only job they have is to try to finesse you out your bread. And a lot of these women, that's the only job they had. And people will be surprised. I'm giving up the game. Yeah, I'm giving it up. It's a lot of women out here who literally, this is their only job. And they will sit with you for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years to get the motherfucking job done with a straight fucking face, have sex with you every motherfucking day. You will not be the wiser. But let me tell you how you peep that though. This is the thing. This is the way that you can peep if a woman is playing you or not. You cannot give her anything. The only woman who is going to stick around with you when you don't buy her this, when you don't buy her that, when you don't take care of her bills, when you're not giving her something, is a woman who actually likes you for you. If you stop doing those things for her, if you stop taking her, well, I ain't saying you ain't got to take her on vacation or take her out to eat, but if you're not giving her money, supporting her, and she still deals with you, then you know she's there for you. If you stop doing that and she stop fucking with you, well, then you know what you had on your hand. But these dudes, they lead with the money. They giving her this, they giving her that, they giving her this, they giving her that. You are a mark in her eyes. It's like certain prey. You are prey. They understand the difference. And guess what? The dude like me that they come up to, 2 seconds, they know, hey, can you do this for me? Nah, I'm cool. Oh, they on to the next. Soon as they see you and you be like, oh, here you go. They like, got one. They call that girl up, caught me one, caught me a big fish. And that's how they talking behind y'all back.
Man, yo, bro, when I tell you, bro, like, in terms of, like, cunning characters, yo, listen, like, if I tell the story, bro, listen, like, bro, it's like, listen, it's a Netflix movie, right? Listen. So, long story short, right? The most foulest, scandalous bitch convinced me, right, to wait 5 years for us to have sex until we're married, you feel me? Got 100,000, man, feel me? And showed, man, she's like the most conniving, devious, deceitful bitch in the world, man.
Let me tell you, bro. You was just too easy. That's all that was, bro. She wasn't sharp. She just found the right mark. That's what they call them in the game, right? Because they say one good mark could pay better than 100 tricks. And you, my friend, were that one good mark that ever listen. It's one good mark that a broad needed her whole career that'll change the game, and you was that one.
Oh man, nah, man. But listen, like now though, you know, I try not to let like even now, bro. Like I'm not bitter. I just feel like relieved now, right? Like you know, like. Feel me, right? Like now, right? Like now she's gone, right? You know, but even like that though, feel me, man, like won't really allow me to, you know, like to be sour and treat women differently, man, right?
This is my thing. It ain't about treating women no type of way. That's the thing. How should I treat women? You should treat a woman the same way you treat a dude based on his character and how he acting. Motherfuckers want to give women all of this. Oh, I'm going to treat her like this because she a woman. Man, I ain't treating you like shit, but how you act. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you look like. It's about how you conduct yourself when you with me and what your character is like. And women don't like that. They expect, they say, oh, he's such an asshole. No, you just ain't shit. And I ain't finna sit up here and treat you better than you deserve to be treated. You know, just treat women how they show you they should be treated. If she come in the door asking for too much shit, you know what type of character she got, and man, and treat her as such. That's all I'm saying. And just have that value. My thing is this, like, for a man in your position, right? You have hella value. You just have to wake up to it. And that's all my message is about. Like, really recognize your value. I don't care, a badass bitch walking here, you got more value than her, and you got to know that shit. You got to talk to her like it, because that's a fact. No, I'm saying, how many of you is it? You are in the top 1% in a lot of things, and you know your trajectory is going up. These motherfuckers should be treating you like the next Drake around here, right? But she ain't gonna treat you like that if you don't act like it. If you act less, then she gonna treat you less than. If you put her on a pedestal, she gonna look down on you.
The true, right? Nah, bro, like, yo, like, definitely, right? Like, I feel like now, though, right? Like for example, like, chicks that I talk to right now, I definitely give them that, right?
Yeah.
Opposed to a chick who, like, you knew, right? Like, when, like, she knew you when like, you weren't, you know, that guy yet, right?
Yeah.
You are a tad bit softer on her, feel me? Because, you know, bro, like, she's not here for money. She's, you know, like, she's
not here for money.
She's always been here, you feel me? But it turned out, though, you feel me, man, she was, you know, she was more scandalous than the worse hoe. You feel me?
Yeah,
man. But hey, listen though, man. Bro,
let me real quick, because you asked me a question and I I cut you off. You was asking about the bad bitch, right?
Yeah.
And we was talking about 30K. Man, this is what I say all the time.
Oh, right? Yeah, 30,000 to build one.
What is a bad bitch? Really, see, in the game and the lifestyle, man, you learn how to put a wig on a pig. And putting a wig on a pig exactly is, man, it's pretty much essentially saying, man, if you could dress a woman up and she can get some money. It don't matter what she look like. So that same ideology, I used in my life and in my lifestyle, and even for myself, you understand, man, you can make something look good. Most of these women are soft 4s and 5s, to be honest. Man, if you strip them up, the makeup, the wig, the eyelash, the eyeliner, the silicone, the BBL, most of these women look like bad skin having funny looking boys, right? But they want you to treat them like they Beyonce. I'm not going for it. In my course, right, I teach you. Every time you look at a woman, mentally strip her down of all of that. And then talk to her. And I bet you it's much easier. I bet you ain't gonna be going for all that bullshit she coming with when you really see who she is for real. And then how she treats you becomes way more important. How she talks to you, what her character like, is so much more important when you're not disillusioned by that costume that she's wearing.
Of course, man. Man, right? Because bro, like, if I would have found a chick who was, green, who's loyal, blah blah.
Put that 30K into her.
Yeah,
listen, you can build a bad bitch easily. Titties, BBL, teeth. If she need a nose job, she probably don't. But just that alone, a BBL, getting her titties done, getting her teeth done, right there. Dress her up, put some makeup, give her a Chanel bag, man. That's a bad bitch. Get her hair and makeup done. Yeah. That's a bad bitch. That's what these niggas is gawking over, getting licked for. A bitch playing dress up.
Yeah, right. Cause look, Ari, Jada, right, Bernice Brooke, all of them, you can find like a Ari and Jada in the hood. Who's a solid 6.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying what she does for me and how she is if she's a 10 to me. And if she's a 10 mentally and does everything I like, loves my dirty draws, then I'll go put $30,000 into her. Because that $100,000 into the woman who loves Flakko's dirty draws, $100,000 into her, man, she a super fucking star and you ain't got nothing to worry about. But you gotta put her through a test first. Are you gonna stay down with nothing? And if you stay down long enough with nothing, then I know you for real. But you got to put her through some tests, man. These women ain't battle tested, man. You spoil her if she loyal. You don't spoil her so she loyal.
Man, bro, listen, man. I 100% agree, man. Listen, so I'm trying to have you tomorrow during
I'm here.
During the 20v1. So I'm trying to make that happen, all right?
Let's do it, man. I appreciate
it. Man, yo, bro, where can they find you, man?
Man, Young Goldie _ on Instagram. That's why I'm active. YouTube, Game Guy Goldie. But if you want to get in contact with me, Young Goldie _ on Instagram. Man, I got ebooks. I got a program. Let's get you right. Ultimate Man program is for women too. Let's get you right from bottom to the top. And I got the game for you.
Wait, Young as in Y-O-U-N-G or Y-U-N-G?
Y-O-U-N-G. And check this out. I got the Game Guy merch.
Facts. Not as hard.
The Game Guy merch. You know what I'm saying?
Man, folks, man, like, comment, subscribe, and No Jumper is the coolest podcast in the world, man. Peace out, man.